Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome today to Conversations with 1 Million Meditators. I'm super honored and excited to be here with our Ambassador Silver Storic. He is a global connection ambassador with a mission to liberate humanity from isolation to belonging. After leaving his life in Scotland as a successful property entrepreneur in 2017, he set off around the world in search of unconditional generosity and a more heart-based approach to life and purpose. 3 years later, he's a best-selling co-author of Better Business, Better Life, Better World, The Movement. A coach, mentor, speaker, workshop facilitator, founder of the global giving movement, Give 2 Hours, and co-founder of the 14-week Love Life Legacy program with his partner, Georgia Morley. I hope I said that correctly. Delivering rapid transformation for men, women, and couples to find freedom from the traps of unhealthy and unfulfilling relationships so they can live a prosperous, and purposeful life they love. He's an Storic is an advocate and facilitator of men's work and devoted to decoding the complexities of the human condition to create deep connection, community, and global unity. Oh my gosh, this sounds juicy and amazing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is awesome. Your story is incredible. And we were just speaking earlier. I'm so excited to dive into it. So thank you. It's truly an honor to have you here today.
It's such a pleasure to be here, Tara. Thank you for the kind invitation, and thank you for that incredible introduction. It's so good to have a reminder of what one's up to, because it's very easy to forget sometimes. So thank you for that beautiful reminder.
Well, you're so welcome. It was amazing reading about it, and as I was saying before, I'm here in Canada, so it's really cool to hear about, adventures in life. But I would love to start with, what inspired you to join the movement of 1 Million Meditators in the first place? Because we're all kind of like tribe here, so I'd love to hear about it from everybody.
Exactly, it's such a great question, and I was very inspired by Anita Morrow. She's just an incredible human being. She is a beacon of light for so many. For those who haven't met Anita yet, as soon as you meet her, she just shines brightly and exudes this energy of unity and love and compassion, and that really struck a chord with me. That was the journey that I was on at the time, and the vision for 1 Million Meditators to create this band of love and coherence and high vibration energy around the planet is really, really aligned with my mission as well, to unite all the good in the world. So yeah, it was a perfect fit.
It's so, you're so right. Her energy is just like exuberant. It's like off the charts infectious. I just absolutely love it. And what she has done here, I think, is so incredible. I know when I met her, it was just like this energetic alignment, like, ooh. And as I've come to learn, more about her and get to know her, it's really, truly incredible. Okay. So you have to share a little bit more. How did meditation become part of your life and set you off into the world? Like, you literally left your whole life and moved, is what my understanding is. Tell us more. We're entering 2021. We all want to be inspired, right?
I know. It's a fresh start, and it really, really feels like that, doesn't it? It just feels like all that heavy weight has been left firmly behind in 2020, and there's this new beginning and this freshness. And yeah, if I think back when I started meditating, I'd given it a try over the years, and I thought, yeah, this feels good, but I didn't really understand why I was doing it. It was just like, okay, just do it so that you feel relaxed and feel good. So it wasn't really until I discovered Dr. Joe Dispenza that it really blew up for me, and especially his incredible book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. For the listeners out there, if you've not read that yet, it is my #1 book of all times. And I enjoyed the book so much. It was so transformational and life-changing for me. I bought 100 copies and gave them to every single person that I knew so that they could be on the journey with me. That's how much that book resonated with me. And from there, I started going to his progressive workshops and then his week-long advanced workshops. And I was like meditating every day religiously, even if I had to do it at 2 a.m. in the morning, if I was up late. And from there, my life just opened up along with my heart. My heart had been quite closed. And, I was just on the rat race, being busy in the property world, just doing property deals and making sure everyone else is happy, and just stuck in the grind until I really opened up my heart and started tuning in through these meditations. And I just tapped into this vortex of magic and spontaneity and even spontaneous healings. For myself, I experienced a spontaneous healing within the first month of doing Dr. Joe's meditations. And yeah, I put his work as the catalyst really for me to leave my life in Edinburgh. It really helped me to push the edge and push the boundaries of my comfort zone, and to really burst out of that into exploring the world, exploring who I am, and setting off on that incredible journey back in 2017 that has led me here to North Vancouver in Canada.
Oh, you're just next door now.
Yeah.
Okay, right? What was probably like 11, 15 hours apart or something like that? How cool is that? You're like the closest ambassador I think I've chatted with so far. And yet you came from like all the way around the world.
That's right. All the way from Scotland, Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where I spent most of my life.
And let me just clarify this, because you were one of the original ambassadors, correct? Of 1 Million ambassadors, like the first five.
That's correct. Yeah. I think I was involved in the first broadcast, and yeah, we did it. Yeah, we basically did it in the street. So we invaded this street space, and I think there was about 10 or 12 of us, and we just sat in this circle and meditated in the street. It was just amazing, a bit of flash mob style.
I keep hearing about all these famous flash mobs. Like, Anita, if you're listening, you need to do another one.
Yeah, flash mobs are where it's at.
Yeah, that's so super cool. So then tapping into the power of collective meditation is obviously like an experience that you've had and something that you've done. I know I'm kind of sidestepping a little bit, but we just came off of this beautiful global meditation, 48 hours this last weekend, this weekend of love and light. What's your personal experience with global meditations? And then let's go back to your story, but we're just on it right now. So we want to touch on it real quick. That'd be cool.
My experience of global meditations, it's really, it's tapping into that inherent wisdom and that frequency of coherence that we all have available to us. It's like tapping into a radio station. We can switch to that dial if we're all tuning in and just getting beyond ourselves and just being present, which is really the biggest gift of meditation, is that present moment experience, getting out the way so that our bodies can come into alignment, and then we can connect to each other in the field, and we can create those energy threads and energy links no matter where we are in the world. And that's what really excites me, creating this web of divine energy around the world, so that no beings are left behind. We can unite humanity, and we can also understand that we are part of nature and not separate from it. And that's one of the things that really resonates with 1 Million meditators, is everybody gets that, and that's really so vital.
Yeah, that's really cool. You said that, there is that whole connection. It isn't something that has been brought up a lot recently. Like, this is a newer series that we've started. So I'm really glad that you brought that up. Okay, so take us back to moving from Scotland. Now you're writing books and you're in this completely different new experience. You've shifted.
Yeah. I can remember that epiphany that I had. I reached rock bottom with my life in Edinburgh. I was working, I don't know, 14, 16 hours a day, just trying to get more, just trying to be more. It was always about more, and I didn't really know why. And one day I was sitting on the couch and it just felt like I was in this living hell, like I was really dying slowly, just stuck in the rat race. And the truth is, Tara, in that moment, I really understood why people take their own lives, because I just did not want to have another day like the day that I was experiencing. And that was the worst part for me, was really, really getting that today was the same as last day, well, yesterday, and tomorrow's going to be the same as today. And it was just boring and monotonous and mundane. And it was in that moment that this vision or this guidance came through that just said, leave it all. Just get up and go, become a writer. I'd never been a writer before. The message said, become a writer and start traveling the world and sharing about your experience and really live in your purpose. And I was like, okay. And I'll do it. I booked the flights and went to India and then Kenya, and then Sardinia for a Dr. Joe experience, and Morocco. I ended up staying in Morocco for a while, and then ended up landing in Bali, and just followed the divine breadcrumbs, really. I had no plan. I had no idea where I was going, how long I was staying in each country. And yeah, it just blew my heart wide open, that trip. Because everywhere I went, I was just received with open arms, no matter which country it was, and just experiencing unconditional generosity, which is, exactly what I was guided to write about. And yeah, through that experience, I was guided to Bali, where I met my current partner, Georgia Morley. And yeah, we became relationship mentors, and yeah, we're running the Love Life Legacy program now, which is liberating humanity from isolation into belonging.
That is so amazing. It's incredible, cool, it's inspiring. I think it's such a great story to start a series off, especially with this new year. So thank you so much for sharing that. And we'll continue on in just a sec, but I just want to say hi to Gisela. There's Tanya, Elke, Sandra. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, tell us, I want to know more about like the book and what you guys are up to. I've seen your little posts, and you guys have I've seen some lives come up and stuff, but this is kind of the first time we've actually connected and through messaging. So I'm sure everybody would love to hear a little bit more about that, because that, this last year has really been, I think, a test for a lot of people about experiencing isolation on such a deeper level. We use, I think, that term silence is luxurious sometimes and in this world, but I think 2020 has taken things to a bit of a whole new level of really going in and deep and things that have come up, and really kind of just trying to sort things out and where we want to take things like from this place. So share some more of, about what you guys are up to, because that connection piece right now, I think, is so just important today.
It is. Well said, Tara. It really is. Connection is the most important element really out there. And we are getting more connected to that thanks to 2020. I think everyone has experienced that heaviness, that really thick energy of being controlled, of being confined and being limited. And, so many of us are just like, bursting through that. And for facilitators and guides, especially, it's a call to up level. It's like a call to rise together. How can we burst through that low frequency to come together and be on a higher frequency than ever before, and share our light and our love wider and further than ever before. So for that, I am incredibly grateful for 2020, because it's also giving people the opportunity to sit with their stuff, right? People have the opportunity to sit with their demons, their shadows, and they have the opportunity to work through them. Because once you are aware of the things that are unwanted, or the patterns that have been playing out, whether it's in your relationship or your love life, then there's I think Tara's dropped off, but I'll carry on until she joins us again. Yeah, there's the real opportunity to become aware of the patterns that have been persisting in our lives, that have been keeping us stuck, or keeping us from playing a bigger game. In other words, they're making us play small. So it's really revealing everything, 2020. And now we have the opportunity to really get the guidance and support that we need to move through that. And really that comes from connection. It comes from community, and it comes from, reaching out to the guides that you believe in, so that you can free up and liberate any stuck energy. And ultimately, that's what Georgia and I do in the 14-week Love Life Legacy program, because what we realized was that so many people, they have successful lives, but when they get into a relationship, they come up against these wounds or these triggers that take them out the game. And many of the people that we speak to, many of our clients, experience extreme isolation, even though they are married or in relationship, because of those wounds and triggers. And that's exactly what we experienced in our relationship about a year in. And we realized that with willingness to move towards those edges, we are able to transform those challenges and move beyond those edges into the unknown, which is similar to what we do in meditation, right? We move beyond the comfort zone into the unknown. And that is really where the magic happens, even if it's uncomfortable. It's getting used to going to those dark places, because what we found is when we accept the shadow side, or the darker side of ourselves, the anger, the frustration, the wounds, the triggers, the past and the trauma, and we can bring that into the light, then there's the opportunity to heal that. And what happens from that place is we can experience wholeness. We can experience being and feeling complete and present, because we're not denying certain aspects of ourselves. We're not bypassing parts of ourselves that want to be expressed, And when I say bypassing, I mean, drinking, smoking, busy making, just working your ass off like I was back in Scotland. That's how I was bypassing it. And I was very stoic in those days as well. I wasn't able to feel my emotions. I thought my emotions just had to be happy or excited or exuberant or inspiring. And if I wasn't those things, I was beating myself up for not being those things. So what we do, Georgia and I, in our work is we really bring people back into wholeness by healing their past and then creating a strong foundation of self-love and self-respect and self-confidence and self-esteem and self-worth, really owning their self-worth so that they can show up fully expressed in this world. And from there, our clients reach this point of self-expression. It's uninhibited. And if they're single, then they are finally ready for love. Even if they've been single for 20, 30 years and had abusive marriages or abusive relationships, finally they're ready to give love another go. And they have these new tools and techniques to be discerning so that they can spot those old patterns coming a mile off. And if they're already in relationship, often clients come to us and they're like, there's a lot of space and distance between them. And what we do is we support them to heal their past and accepting the wounds and triggers and complementing each other as opposed to compromising. So gradually over the 14 weeks, they come together. But they don't come together so that they can be the relationship. They come together in what we call co-creationship, so that they can be fully self-expressed on their own and they can come together and co-create. And that's the beauty of what we call co-creationship. So that's what Georgia and I are up to. And looks like I'm running the show now. Tara is on the chat. She's still with us, but has dropped off the live. So I know Tara would want to ask me this question, which is, what would I do if I had a magic wand?
What would you do?
There you are. I would bring Tara back just like that.
And you did. Look at how magical you are. That was incredible. And I've been listening the whole time from my phones. I didn't miss a beat. You were amazing, as I've been trying to fix this tech issue. But we're here, and your magic one works. So you should finish with that. Which, by the way, everything you said was so amazing. Like, I actually did. I was like running of like, what happened? I got totally kicked out. And so I did catch most of it. I mean, I will have to go back. It was incredible. But I'll let you continue. If you had a magic wand and you could wave it, what would you do?
I would create global unity. And here's the reason why, and here's what I mean by global unity. I would unite humanity as a force for good, so no human on this planet is left behind. And I would create this understanding through this global unity that when you thrive, I thrive. So that we eradicate poverty and we all thrive together. And I would also reunite us with Mother Earth, because we are part of nature and we are not separate from it. So no being gets left behind when there's global unity. We all thrive together.
Yeah, it's such a thing. And I think it's one of these things that when you talk about connecting with the earth, how important it really is, and something that's so forgotten. But it's amazing when you watch kids. I have kids, and how many times they run out the door in their bare feet. Like, that's just that natural instinct to connect and ground and do those things that become something that we sometimes take for granted, of how powerful it really is and how healing it is for our bodies, just in exchanging that energy alone and being out there, and the vitamin D from the sun, and just all of those things that sometimes get taken for granted, that we are so very connected to. And as we can take that further and tap into our foods, and just all those sorts of things, that energy is there, and it's like something that just really allows us to raise our vibration and tap into that collective energy at such a higher resonance than just not. But yet it's so simple, and it's so there, and it's so available. We just need to remember that we can do it.
Oh, I agree 1,000%. Getting your bare feet in the earth, swimming in the oceans and the lakes and the rivers, no matter what the weather. We were in the ocean in Canada today, and the waves were just crashing over us, and we were freezing and shaking. And
I was gonna say, that's amazing. How cold is it today? Because
it was pretty much sleeting. It was almost trying to snow today, and yeah, we felt so alive and exhilarated, just part of nature, and that is available to every single one of us. As Tara says, we weren't, made by God or the divine or Mother Nature, whatever you believe in, to live our lives in boxes. We're supposed to be out there in nature, as part of nature. So yeah, nature is so dear to my heart. I love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mine too. And it's that, just a simple walk can make such a difference in the day, just even in shifting your energy, just getting outside, connecting, enjoying the sunshine. Because I was looking out the window and I'm looking at this lovely sunshine. So as we were talking about our heart shares earlier, and sending out love, I would love to send out love this week to all those amazing souls. I think you know who you are, that have sent that sunshine into my life and made it a lot brighter and more cheerful this week. So thank you. I honor you. Sending you so much love. And Silver, I would love to hear from you what your love share is of the week, because I'm sure you've got some amazing things that have happened over this. We've had some cool energy since Christmas has started.
Let me tune into that for a moment. The love share of the week. Out of the wounding and into the wild. That's what we're working with this week, Georgia and I, in our own energy and our co-creationship and our business, and just really letting go of the struggle. And what out of the wounding and into the wild means is just really being in expansion, which is the energy of the universe, and being unlimited, activating each other, being self-expressed, and initiating each other as often as possible, so that we can be more together than we can be on our own.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. A shout out to Liz, Karen, Sandra. I see you commented. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, it has been such an honor to talk to you. I apologize that we had these tech issues, but divine timing, and you rolled and you rocked it. It was awesome. And the magic wand brought it all back together. I'm going to give Anita a shout out to that one. It's her magic wand ideas that seem to make everything happen. So
exactly. We love you, Anita.
Yeah, we do.
Thanks for bringing us all together.
Extra love shares to Anita. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So if you could tell everybody before we go where they can find you, we can go ahead and of course drop the links below, but you guys have so much amazingness to share with the world, you and your partner, and what you guys offer and do, and of course your book. So for those that are interested to find out more, want to connect with you, let them know where they can find you. And of course, again, look below for the links afterwards. We will post those.
Absolutely. I'll do that. And yeah, anyone who's on this same vibration, reach out and connect on Facebook. I love to see high vibration in my feed every single day. So yeah, let's keep cultivating that and building that and collaborating as much as possible. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Tara. You're an absolute angel. This beautiful light behind you. This
I know, it's like coming in somewhere.
Beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your time and sharing your energy, your experience, your story. And we will be back again next week with Dan, another ambassador. So join us on Friday. And if you catch the replay, please hashtag replay below. Let us know where you're from. We always love to hear from you. And thank you again so much. Love to you all. And we'll see you next time.
And if that's Dan Mantanilla, he's an awesome, awesome human. You have to tune in next week. He's incredible.
And they just had some exciting news come up too. So it's going to be great.
Great. Thanks, Tara.
Thank you so much, Silver. Take care.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Bye for now.